So we came to the Women, Art, and the Criminalization of HIV, or the WATCH study. And essentially, we are a national collaborative team comprised of women living with HIV, academic researchers, members of community health and social service organizations. We've come together to conduct an arts and community-based research project. And the goal of our project was to explore how criminalization of HIV non-disclosure impacts women living with HIV. Together, this question about criminalization is a very, very difficult one. When we criminalize topics, we make the research or the investigation of those topics similarly difficult and challenging for our participants. But we came to a method to explore these questions called body mapping.
So body mapping is an arts-based tool that uses symbols and painting exercises, visualizations, talking in groups, sharing, and reflecting. It is a way of using art to tell life stories. And the purpose initially was to facilitate self-healing. Body map can be used for research and advocacy in addition to therapy, where drawings and paintings are used as both data so that we can share what we've learned, but also as a way to advocate for, in our case, legal reform.
In this presentation, we will share the ways that women living with HIV demonstrate resilience and resistance against the law. The majority of the women that participated in this project were Indigenous women living with HIV, who drew on their culture and spiritual symbols to describe strength and resilience.
Resistance and resilience, two key themes that emerged out of our participatory analysis process. When you're dealing with women that are showing signs of resistance or resilience, it's not really understood. Along from changing the narrative and drawing on the strengths and kind of digging deep at the terms resistance and resilience, we had to really think about unpacking the trauma and moving from that to a strength-based narrative. What we learned as the process unfolded: decolonize our coding process to understand the meaning behind some images on the women's body map. So in the one picture, we're seeing the home and the trap line and the meaning of family, and really a lot of kinship values, I guess, are reflective of our natural ways of being, living off the land and language. And in the picture here, that's from one of the participants, it says love, and it has a big heart around it. It says, I am strong. It says life. So despite having to talk about some very, very vulnerable, sometimes very traumatic, very heavy and hurtful times, experiences, thoughts, and stories that they carry, they're, very resilient in their being and reflecting on their strengths within. And I really believe this is, the ways forward and really steering clear of criminalizing our positive people.
And the women showed and taught us that acts of resistance and resilience are woven together. If we don't resist, we carry the shame, the blame, stigma, which perpetrates oppression. And once we open ourselves up and educate and say that this is unjust, then our energies will shift.
And you see arms, muscular arms there, that can symbolize lots, strength, having a strong mind, having a loving heart, an open heart, having an I can do it attitude. She talks about being a survivor, still fighting, getting back up after, life knocks you down. Fall down 9 times, get back up 10.
And this really shows that our findings underscore the critical need for feminist, strength-based advocacy concerning the law. We honor the women's resilience and resistance and support them to thrive in their journey of living with HIV.